What's up, guys? Keyshawn Uchiha here. I forgot who gave me this idea, but this is what if Naruto was the Omni King from Dragon Ball? Now I know what you're thinking. Someone already did this. What if Naruto was the Omni King, probably making him OP or something, and basically just or someone probably didn't. But I'm going to do it. This will be probably an hour-long special, probably all the way up to the 2 years time skip. So this might be like part one and two, or probably like part one to five, depends on how this 1 hour video is gonna go. But yeah, this would basically be what if Naruto was the Omni King? Yeah, part one. Actually, yeah, it's probably just gonna be part one and two. Depends on how I'm gonna do it. Now, this will be an 18SS, as you know, might as well, and also we're going to kind of make a mixture of this. So Naruto will be a Saiyan, and he will also be the Omni King. So he will also have God of Destruction key. Yeah, he will be a God of He will have God of Destruction key, and also like Omni King power, and also Super Saiyan powers. So if y'all ask for Naruto to be a Super Saiyan or a God of Destruction, this will be a kind of mixture idea together. So yeah, guys. Oh, and if y'all want him to have Ultra Instinct, yeah, he will also have this in this. But basically, yeah, this will be a 17, well, 18 like SS for how crazy it's gonna be. But anywho, let's just get to the video. How would this happen? How would Naruto be the Omni King? And yeah, what would basically happen? And how is this gonna be 18 SS? Well, we start off with pretty much the Omni King. Now, the Omni King, he's pretty much thinking about what to do and stuff, and he's pretty much bored. This is where he thinks like, hey, I got an idea, which he pretty much calls the Grand Priestess, which he says Grand Priestess, which he says, yes, I'm king. What you need? This is where Omni King says, I'm gonna I'm gonna make a new successor to become the new Omni King, and he's gonna be 10 times stronger than me. Which this is where the priestess says, oh, who will that be? Which this is where the Omni King says, you're gonna have to find out. Which he pretty much makes a big power orb, or a power thing or something, and he basically sends it out, which it begins to start flying around to random dimensions, random everywhere universes. Now this is a different ultimate universes. This is where you could say Naruto is basically born as the same way and stuff, and everything happens. The Nine Tails attack and all that stuff. This is where you could say for Gaku, actually, this universe is a little bit different, or rotating universe is a little different. This is where Fugaku is helping out Minato with the Obito fight, and pretty much was the extra backup to help out Minato. Now Minato doesn't lose chakra, but what he has to do is basically seal the Nine Tails away, which Fugaku completely put the Nine Tails under Genjutsu, calm him down, pretty much undoing the Genjutsu, calming him down and stuff, and basically they proceed the seizures and seals the full Nine Tails into Naruto. Mm, well, no, half of the Nine Tails. Naruto will get the H one, Kushina will get the good one, so Kushina can survive in this process. But yeah, Minato, does the seal, and with Fugaku with health, and pretty much the Nine Tails is dealt with. Now, this is where the Omni King power flies around and pretty much goes inside Naruto. Now, Naruto will be born much different, and he will be, you could say, a little bit different, as he will be heartless, and he wouldn't really care, but he will be like still a little bit of the same, you could say. A little bit, like only 10%, you could say, of Naruto. Now, and the rest of 90% is going to go like Omni King style. But yeah, pretty much Naruto will basically be born. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing as, the 17 years Naruto will be going into the academy, and will be like being on the team. So the middle school It's going to be a middle school academy where young kid ninjas will not be on a team, but they will be doing like they won't be on teams and stuff, but they will be learning and getting stronger and stuff, all that. But yeah, this is where Naruto gets the restore power of the Omni King. Now, of course, this is where you know the rumors is going around that the Omni King basically gave a power, or split half his power, a stronger power, and send it out in the universe. So now the Omni King's basically saying to the angels that they can now go find the new successor of the Omni King, which everybody's going now, including the priest. Like the priest, he stays with the Omni King, watch over him with the guards, but the angels, they're trying to get the favor, so they're looking around for the one who's you could say the new Omni King. Now this is where we start with like a 5-year-old Naruto. Now this 5-year-old Naruto is extremely, you could say, gifted, as he's extremely intelligent, strong, powerful, and no one doesn't know about ki except for him. Like he has a real knowledge of ki that he doesn't know how, but he knows of ki. He knows that he can use it to destroy planets. He just knows all of this, and he's only 5 years old, and he knows that he's like kind of like a god. He knows that he's kind of like a god, and he felt like he created this universe, you could say, which he didn't, but since he has the Omni power, he feels like he created this universe now, or had a part of it, which he didn't. You know why? But pretty much this is where Naruto is, learning and stuff, learning jutsus and stuff. But he has infinite chakra too. We're just saying once you become an Omni King, you basically have like infinite amounts of chakra and stuff, and you basically uh, like a juggernaut, you could say. Uh, well, no, imagine Itachi level, but like no, imagine Shisui level, but like with merged in together with Itachi and Minato power. Yeah, it's kind of like a powerhouse like that. Now, this Naruto, of course, has friends and stuff, but he only has friends that's like closer into the circle, you could say. He makes a lot of friends and stuff, but it's like more closer in the circle. So he's only like good friends with Sasuke, in Shikamaru, and also Troji at the age of 5. Everybody else, nah. Hinata, this is where he pretty much meets Hinata, defending her and stuff, and Hinata goes to the same thing as in canon. Now, this is where we're gonna do a good scene, as this is where Naruto is basically, you know, bored, and he begins to, ask his dad for missions, which his dad says, "No, you can't do any missions, son. You're not, a ninja yet." Which this is where Naruto gets the powerful face and says he's gonna do a mission on his own. Which he begins, going to Jordan, looks around, basically his father's laughing, saying, "Oh, son, stop. Those missions are like for ninjas and stuff." This is where Naruto sees a good mission, and the mission has a kill a target, which it pretty much says to kill. Hmm, what's a good weapon for Naruto to have? Who's still alive? I'll say the Nagakazme from the Hidden Sand Village. This is where it's a kill target to kill the Nagakazme. You could say the Rakage from the Hidden Sand. Now this is where Naruto pretty much sees the mission and says, "Is this the highest mission you got? This SSS mission?" Which Minato's laughing, saying, "Yes, of course, son. This is a mission where we have to, kill the Rock Kazekage, because we have heard that he was planning to attack the Hidden Leaf Village, and also, and then attack another village at the same time, which we're going to say at the time he was, just for the plot." Which Naruto says, so he needs to die, which Minato, is, you know, jokingly still saying, "Of course, son. Yeah, we're supposed to, assassinate him and stuff. If you assassinate him, son, I will give you a special gift." Which this is where Naruto says, "Oh, okay." Which he pretty much disappeared. Which Minato is saying, Wait, where did he go? Now this is where Naruto is pretty much in the Nagikaze room with Gaara's dad, which Gaara's dad is pretty much looking at him and saying, "Uh, who are you?" Which he's confused. This is where Naruto says, "Oh, are you the Nagikaze? My father said you're supposed to die for what you're planning, and he said he's gonna give me a gift, so die." Which this is where Naruto snaps his finger and pretty much the Ragikaze is erased from the universe. Now Naruto can bring him back, or or basically leave him from dead. Uh, and Naruto, okay, well he doesn't really like snap his finger. Well, actually, yeah, he snaps his finger and pretty much erased him. Now the angels, we're gonna say only one angel felt the presence. And we're gonna say it's the angel from that fat cat dude. I forgot his name, Choba or something. But pretty much, yeah, that angel begins to sense that power a little bit, and she begins to start following the trace of it. You could say. Now, of course, this is where you could say Naruto kills the Nakaze Gar's dad. So, and we're gonna say it's a 5-year-old Gar too. So this is where Gar sees his dad pretty much just got erased, and Naruto looks at Gar, which Gar is in like shock and fear, which Naruto just disappears. Well, he only saw a glimpse of Naruto, and it's only the hair. Now this is where Naruto appears back and says, "Father, he's dead," which Minato is saying, "Oh, Naruto, thank God you're back. Like, where did you go?" Which Naruto says, "Well, I went to the Hidden Sand Village where he was at, and I killed him. So can I get a gift now?" Which this is where Minato says, "You didn't kill him. Okay, show me proof then." Which Minato is trying to find if Naruto really killed him. This is where Naruto, we're gonna say has a small jar. I mean, a small like bottle of like gold dust because we're gonna say the Nazikage, I guess him, pretty much the second, begins to show second or third, I forgot. Yeah, the second. Pretty much, has gold dust in it, and he begins to play around with the gold dust, moving it, basically controlling it like it's his. Which this is where Minato realized that Naruto actually killed him. This is where Minato tells Naruto that did he actually erase him, which um Naruto says, "Yeah, father. You said if I kill him, I get to get a reward." Which pretty much Minato says, "Well, can you bring him back, or like you right now about to cause a whole war?" Which Naruto says, "Oh, I didn't cause a war. No one have even saw me except for this little kid. I think he only just saw my hair." Which this is where Minato is like thinking to himself like, "Well, no one didn't really see him, so it's not gonna be really a war." So he just lets it by, but he tells Naruto not to like do that again. So that's like a 5-year-old Naruto erasing someone. That's I just wanted y'all to let y'all know how dangerous he can basically do. But let's do a time skip, and this is a 17 years old Naruto. Now the Nine Tails is under a Genjutsu. Well, not really under a Genjutsu, but the Kurama can't really mess with Naruto's chakra. Well, he can, which Naruto doesn't know why. But I guess we're gonna say he fails the Shadow Clone test to go to the academy or the Academy University. Just for shit and giggles, we're just gonna call it the Academy University since he's 17. He begins to be a little bit frustrated, and he's getting mad, and he punches a tree on accident, pretty much making it fall, which he's very angry. This is where Mitsuki comes to Naruto saying that he can help him pass. All he has to do is pretty much grab the scroll's ceiling, which Naruto can tell that he's, plotting something, but he agrees because he just wants to get the headband. We're gonna say this is the 18S part happens. This is where Naruto is pretty much, reading like a makeout book, and we're gonna say this makeout book has like a whole bunch of like pornography, like sex scenes, sex precisions and stuff, and just absolutely about sex, which is for people who don't, you know, have sex or they're virgin or something like that. Which this is where Naruto's reading and stuff, and he's not perfect. He's pretty much saying, "Hmm, does it feel good?" Now, this is where he thinks that he says, "Huh, I think I'm gonna have to ask someone." Now, this is where Naruto is basically looking around to trying to find a person to ask, and this is where he sees Hinata. Now, Hinata is 17, much older. He begins to, and Hinata already passed the academy in her test. Except for Naruto, which she felt bad for. This is where Naruto, meets up with Hinata and talks to her and stuff, and they're pretty good friends. This is where Hinata is, basically saying, yeah, and basically joking around. This is where Naruto says that he needs her for something, which Hinata said, "What is it?" This is where Naruto, open willingly says, "Can you have sex with me?" Well, can you, show me how to do it? Like, or will you have sex with me? Which she's pretty much, blushing real hard and saying sex, which Naruto says, yes, sex. Did I stutter? Which he's confused. Which she's saying, no, uh, I mean, I'm kind of, which Naruto says a virgin, which he says, oh, I'm a virgin too, but can you teach me how to do it? Like, I'm trying to learn how to do these. Well, I kind of wanted to see what it was like or how it feels like, which Hinata is, blushing real hard, but she agrees because, I mean, it's a crush. I mean, there's nothing really to say, but pretty much, this is where they go. We're gonna say when you're 17, you get to live at your own house or still live with your family, which Naruto still lives with Minato and Kushina. But when you're 17, you can basically move out and get your own house or move in, like, we're gonna say, like, move into the Academy University, as they have dorms at the Academy University, the Ninja Academy University, as you can basically learn how to do your own ninjutsu stuff. It's kind of like a college. That's why I said, like, there's a middle school academy, as you can not be on a team, your own team and stuff, and have your own jonin instructor, but you get to learn ninjutsus and train and stuff uh, under supervision. Now, when you're like at the academy, you don't have supervision. You get to do whatever the fuck you want, have parties, live at whatever house you want to live at. You, you can basically, do whatever you want. But you will be on a team, assigned team, and you will be working with your team half of the time. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, this is where Hinata, agrees in. That pretty much goes at Naruto's house. Now, this is where Naruto, begins to lay Hinata on the bed, and they begin to, well, Hinata begins to tell Naruto to turn around, which Naruto is turning around, listening to her, and they begin to undress and stuff. Now this is where they turn back around, and this is like the, you could say, the first ever bloomer sex. So I'm making it like that scene. Thinking of those. Think of those hentai scenes when the girl be like, "Can you turn around while I undress?" And then the guy's like blushing and saying, "Yeah, sure." And they begins to start undressing and getting nervous and stuff, and they turn back around completely naked, covering themselves still. Yeah, it's kind of like that sex scene. It's a little awkward, but this is where Naruto lays Hinata on the bed, and he begins, kissing her, doing a nice gentle kiss and stuff, trying to understand the mechanics. And he's like, thinking about the book and the pages and stuff and what you supposed to do next. Naruto's going down, biting her neck and stuff, and she's doing a slight moan and stuff, but it's pleasure moans, you could say. Now Naruto goes down for the boob, sucking down the boob, and he starts, making her moan and stuff. This is where Naruto, magically gives her milk because, let's say, he was reading the most, like, pervious book that Jiraiya was creating. The most pervious out of all the pervious book, you could say. Now, he begins to make milk and stuff out of her boobs, and she's, like, seeing that she have boobs, and she knows that she doesn't have a baby because she hears that only, pregnant women has milk, but she's confused. So she knows she's not pregnant because she never had sex. Well, now she's thinking that she's becoming a woman. So yeah, Naruto's going down, and he's eating her out in the middle, and she comes. You could say. Now that's where Naruto sticks it in, and he's going in and out and stuff. Going with the different like movements, like different like penetrations and stuff. Doing it from the back, forward, sideways. The 69 percentages, the 67, the 88. The number 49 move. Let me stop. But yeah, they pretty much do it. Now, after that, pretty much Naruto, done nut in the sauce, and he pretty much lays the egg in there. Now, of course, pretty much after that, we're gonna say the next day happens. Well, not the next day. We're gonna say later that night. Naruto's pretty much leaving Hinata in the bed, pretty much still asleep, and he pretty much actually no, he creates a clone. Not a clone. I take that back. I'm already messing up with the plot a little bit. He kind of gets up, leaving Hinata in the bed, and he starts going to his father's office, the Hokage office. Now this is where Naruto takes the scroll very stealthily because he's a very powerful ninja, and he starts going. Now of course Minato is like watching Naruto because we're gonna say he has the same magic ball, or we're gonna say Hiruzen and Minato is watching Naruto after what Mitsuki came up to him. Now, Naruto's going, but before he goes to give the scroll to Mitsuki, he pretty much opens up the scroll because he's curious, curious mind, intelligent mind of curiousness. And he looks and he starts seeing all the jutsus and stuff and everything that's in there. Now, oh, I should probably tell y'all sorry for you if y'all hear my sister snoring. My bad if she's snoring, but pretty much this is where uh this is where uh yeah, Naruto sees all the ninjutsus and stuff from the scroll, and he begins to, memorize them all there. And he's like saying, huh, this scroll's not very special. It doesn't have, well, it has interesting techniques, but nothing else. And he pretty much closes it. I pretty much just start heading to Mitsuki. Now, Minato is trying to see what will Naruto do because after, killing the second Kage and, leaving Gar without a father figure, um, yeah, pretty much without a father figure or a mother figure. Yeah, Gar is really out for blood for Naruto because he remembered the haircut. But other than that, this is where yeah, Naruto meets up with Mitsuki and Mitsuki's trying to see what his son is gonna do next because he's pretty much afraid of if his son betray or his son leaves the village, then he has to send a bounty on his son head, which his son is just gonna kill everybody who goes after him. But if his sons, don't join Mitsuki, then that would be a good thing, which he can know he can trust his son. Now, this is where, of course, Naruto has the scroll, and he's looking for Mitsuki while Ruka appears coming out of nowhere saying, Naruto, what are you doing here? Which Naruto explains that Mitsuki wants Naruto to take the scroll and, and pretty much to pretty much give it to him so he can pass him, which Aruka says, wait, Mitsuki? Which this is where Mitsuki comes in, throwing a giant shuriken at Aruka's back, pretty much, damaging him in canon. Now, this is where, you know, Naruto has a liking to Aruka, so he says, oh no, Aruka sensei, pretty much running up to him and saying, this is my fault, which he didn't know. Well, he pretty much looks at Mitsuki and says this wasn't part of the plan. Now, Mitsuki pretty much is like laughing and saying, nothing doesn't go as planned. Now give me the damn scroll, or you and him is gonna die. You Nine Tails Cherokee, which Minato, you know, never told his son he was like half of the Nine Tails, which Mitsuki spills the whole plot in beans about what Naruto is. Now, we're gonna say Naruto is not shocked, but this is where, Naruto is curious of like, since, he told, well, Mitsuki told Naruto he's the Nine Tails. He's now, curious, not shocked, but curious, and he begins to think and says, "Huh? So you're saying I'm the Nine Tails in Cherokee? Okay then." And he begins to, sit down and meditate because he heard if you meditate, you can go in your mindscape and, do things. Now, this is where he creates like a gold dust barrier, so pretty much Mitsuki can't penetrate it or get the scroll. So Mitsuki is just attacking the whole barrier while Ruka's, in there too. And Naruto already took out the blade of, took out the shuriken, the big shrine shuriken from Ruka back and healed him. He's just right now meditating in his mindscape. Now, as he's meditating in his mindscape, pretty much this is where he's looking around and he sees the Nine Tails Cherokee. Now, as he's seeing the Nine Tails Cherokee, this is where, Kurama's saying, so we finally meet Naruto. Now, this 17-year-old Naruto is pretty much, looking at me saying, "So, you're the Nine-Tailed Cherokee." Which, this is where Kurama says, "Yes, I am the Nine-Tailed Cherokee. I am the one that the villagers hate the most. I am the one that the villagers look at you with a weird stare." Which, this is where Naruto is confused and saying, "Oh, I thought they was looking at me because I had, I basically have, purple nails." Which, Naruto will have purple nails in this. Which Kurama says, "What? No, it's because you're the Nine-Tailed Cherokee." Which Danzo already blurted out, but no one, didn't really fight Naruto or get mad at him about, because, like I said, Kushina is the Nine-Tailed Cherokee too. She's still a Nine-Tailed Cherokee, and anyone who attacks Naruto will get attacked itself, but Naruto can just erase them or kill them. This is where Kurama is, laughing banally, trying to scare Naruto, but Naruto is not scared. He's not even afraid of Kurama. This is where Naruto says, "Okay, so are you the one who's messing with my chakra?" Which, this is where Kurama says, "Yes, I'm the one who's been messing up your chakra rings." Which, this is where Naruto says, "Goodbye," and he snaps his finger. Now, Kurama is getting erased slowly because Naruto's doing it slowly. Because he had to fail his test and steal the scroll all because of him, of Kurama. So Kurama is like slowly getting erased, kind of like a Thanos snap. Now Kurama is saying, what happening?" Which Naruto's saying, "I'm erasing you. I can bring you back or not, but I'm pretty much gonna erase you." Which Kurama is saying, "Wait, no, please, no, wait, no." And he's pretty much saying, I can Kurama link with you. I can share chakra with you. I can give you chakra. I can do many things." Which Naruto's thinking, like saying, "Oh, you can do many things." Which, this is where Kurama says, "Yes, I can do anything. I don't want to die." Which, Kurama is, terrified. This is where Naruto, unsnaps his finger and undo it. Which Kurama's like, swaying very heavily. This is where Naruto flies up and he begins to say, "I will, you belong to me now, Kurama, as my little fox pet." Which he pats Kurama in the head, which Kurama knows he can't do anything. And if he tries, he will just get erased, and Naruto will be perfectly fine living without him. Naruto doesn't need Kurama. Honestly, Kurama needs Naruto if you want to be correct. But anyways, let's continue. After that, Naruto pretty much leaves his mindscape and realizes that, the chakra seal is messed up. After touching it, he knows everything about it, and he pretty much fixes the seal and says, "Okay, let's get this started." Which, this is where, and I know what y'all thinking. Wait, but ain't Jiraiya has the key of the seal, and only he can like release Kurama and just the seal? No, Naruto has that power too. Whatever he touches, he get knowledge of everything. So yeah, uh, Naruto pretty much is, fixes the seal, and he begins to get up and says, "All right, you ready to die, Mitsuki?" Which Mitsuki is saying, "Wait, what?" And Naruto pretty much appears in front of Mitsuki, piercing his heart and pretty much ripping out his heart, which Hiruzen and Minato just saw that massacre and terrified. This is where Naruto pretty much, has the heart of Mitsuki and pretty much, seal it away. Well, put it in a square cube and, put it away for reasons. Now, this is where Naruto pretty much, you know, picks up, well, gets Ruka, heals him up, and asks if he's alright, which Ruka says yeah, and Ruka pretty much passes Naruto after seeing that terrifying display. Now, Naruto is pretty much in the University Academy, or you could say the University Academy for, those ninjas who pass the test and, at the academy now. So, now, Kushina Minato is, you know, very excited for Naruto and stuff, and, happy that, he's finally a ninja, like a full fledged, academy ninja. Now, this is where Naruto is, leaving his house now, pretty much, finding his own apartment because, he wants to live in his own. And he begins to find his own apartment. This is where he finds a nice, good apartment with, like, it's like a nice, good apartment with, like, 5 rooms. Well, the lady, as he's walking with the lady pretty much shows him a house where it has an underground secret, you know, basement, well, a secret basement, laboratory basement, which Naruto's thinking. He says, I take it. And it has like 5 rooms and stuff. So Naruto can like own it. Well, he basically just paid for his own building. Well, for his birthday, Minato gave him his own building he can have, where he can have people live there, and but he has to take care of it and stuff, rent and stuff, which Naruto agrees. Now Naruto takes it, and he's going down and stuff, looking around, and he looks around in the basement in the laboratory. This is where one of the angels come in, and I forgot the angel name, but she pretty much appears and takes a knee and says, "So you're the new Omni King." Which Naruto turns around and says, "Who might you be?" But she explains her name and says that she's an angel, and she's basically here to be his servant, which because he's going to be the new Omni King, which Naruto saying Omni King, which she begins explaining that the Omni King split his power or took a part of himself, you could say, and pretty much threw his part of himself out on the universe or alternate universe dimensions and anywhere to pretty much find a suitable uh, person to become the next Omni King, and he became the one, which Naruto is the one. Now Naruto thinks and says, "Okay, so I'm an Omni King." Now this is where you know she says that shall they start their training, and Naruto agrees. Now I'm gonna kind of take a couple parts from a different what if. What if Deku was the Omni King? I like how that I forgot the YouTuber name, but he kind of had Deku like go out into a playing field, kind of like a time playing field, and they trained up for like a lot of years, but he can change back his age back to what age he was. So I'm gonna do that with Naruto. This is where the angel teleports him into a different planet, but this planet it's like in another dimension, and we're gonna say each dimension has different time zones and different years and how it expands and stuff. So yeah, they pretty much end up in this different place, and they pretty much see. We're just gonna say a random god of destruction, which it's gonna be training Naruto. Which the angel says, "Are you ready?" Which Naruto, smiles and says, "Of course." Now, for in Naruto universe, it's only a couple minutes that pass, but in there, it's like years and like months and years that's passed. Now, Naruto is pretty much we're gonna say like about hmm, let's see, about 20. Yeah, I'll say about 20 years old, and he basically has long hair stuff, have long hair like his dad, and got the bangs on the side, and his hair is long and stuff, and he's basically have a little bit of chin hair, and he's basically fighting with the god of like we're gonna say like one angel, one god of destruction, but he switched now to the one angel because he's strong enough to fight the one angel, and he's pretty much fighting the one angel and stuff, and it's his angel, his caretaker that's watching over him, and he begins to fall on the floor with her and pretty much laughing, and she's laughing, saying that he's got it quite strong, which Naruto, blushes because he's not going feelings for her, but we're gonna say they've been plowing after, the training and stuff. But pretty much this is where Naruto, says that he thinks he should head back, and he teleports back. Now, this is where Naruto, realized that his clothes pretty much, well, his clothes is pretty much, a little bit tight, but he begins to change back his age. He kept the hairstyle of his father's, but he just changed his age back to 17. Now this is where the angel is pretty much close by Naruto, saying, "What are you gonna do now?" Which he pretty much says, "Well, I should probably like find people to be in this apartment with me, so I don't have to, so I can I guess start a rent business or something." This is where he's looking for people who wants to have their own house and stuff, and doesn't and they don't really have to pay. They can just get a free house. Which this is where I guess we're gonna go with the people who's gonna be in the house. Sasuke Uchiha, because Sasuke he doesn't want to be by his father and his brother. He really wants to train secretly by himself, and also he wants to surpass his brother. But his brother is in Akatsuki, but as an undercover spy. So we're just gonna say some Uchihas got murdered. Some Uchiha got murdered by Obito, but Itachi took the blame because there's no one really to blame, and the village was just gonna go in a whole questioning of who is gonna murder who next. So Itachi took the blame. So Sasuke, his motive is gonna be the same, but not as to kill Itachi. The actual reason, why he killed why he killed like half the Uchihas and why is that happening. But anyways, yeah, Danzo was behind it. I'm just gonna say Danzo and Obito, but Danzo was four eyes, you could say. Now Sasuke pretty much comes in, walking, well, pretty much walking in the room, pretty much saying, "Oh, I heard this was a rent-free house, and I will have a room to myself." Which Naruto says, yes, you have your own room to yourself. Basically, have your own thing." Which Sasuke pretty much, actually no, Sasuke won't be in there. Uh, okay, sorry about that, guys, but where was that? Yeah, not Sasuke. Pretty much we're just gonna have Kiba come in. I mean, no, Shikamaru come in. Now Shikamaru was pretty much saying, "Yo, Naruto," which Naruto saying, "Oh, Shikamaru, you here to basically come here and live for free?" Which you know, Shikamaru was like saying, yeah, of course. I kind of just wanted to live with myself because my father was a being a pain in my thorn, kind of just trying to make me a perfect ninja like him or make me a ninja. So I'm kind of trying to be carefree." Which Naruto says, "Oh, okay, of course. There's a room and stuff. No one will touch your room, and you basically have your own thing. And we have a living room and all that." Which Shikamaru says, "Cool. I think I'll be taking my stuff right now," which he already has his stuff in. I mean, pack. Troji comes with Shikamaru because they're trying like that. Next person, pretty much I'll say Sakura because she doesn't like her family. Just because she doesn't like her family, and she pretty much appears in front of Naruto, and she has a liking to Naruto, and yeah, Naruto let her in. Uh, let's see who else. Kiba because it's a five. So, Bug guy. I forgot his name. I'm just gonna call him Bug guy, or Cool Sunshades, Shade guy, Shade guy. Was it like Uro or Guns and something? I forgot his name. But Bug guy, Shikamaru, Troji, Hinata. Huh. Oh, Naruto. Yeah, those are five people. Five people. Cool. Yeah, those are five people who's gonna be living at the house. Now, of course, this is where Naruto is like saying, they don't have to really pay for anything. Just make sure you keep the house clean, get all that stuff in, and y'all can basically have all y'all business to yourself. Which y'all saying cool and whatever. And Naruto, goes back to the laboratory. Now, Naruto is pretty much in the laboratory, and he's pretty much, as a little bit, tiny bit crazy, as he likes to do experiments and stuff and trying to do revolution and all that. But pretty much Naruto, he begins to bring back the heart that he had, and he pretty much has a puppet body. Now, what he does to the puppet body is a little bit crazy, as he placed a heart in the puppet's side of the chest, and he begins to, do a little magic or some crap, or you could say key and stuff, and begins to make it to life, or bring it to life, you could say, with his power. Now, this is where the angel is looking and saying, "Huh," which this is where the you could say the puppet comes to life, and it's a female puppet. This is where she's looking around and she's basically saying, you could say she's basically looking around all confused and stuff. This is where Naruto says, "Huh, I actually did it. I made what I wanted to make," which she pretty much is, getting up, moving around, and she pretty much goes to Naruto and pretty much touches his face and says, "Creator," which Naruto says, "Yeah, I'm I'm your creator." Now, of course, this puppet girl, she's it's kind of like sorcery, but she has like many different mechanics and stuff. As she can use sand, like iron sand, gold dust, sand. She basically can use any sand in general, and she has a combination with ice, or yeah, you could say ice and fire. Now, this is where Naruto's, trying to see how far did would like what she learns, and what she knows and stuff. Which she reads a book perfectly fine. She knows how to use chakra, and for some reason she doesn't like feel tired or anything. Which she has infinite chakra, and Naruto thinks like, maybe she can be like the house guardian to watch over the house and stuff and make sure nothing get hurt, and also be a protective leaf, or just be the house cleaner. Which this is where Naruto basically creates a dress for her, a maid dress, and basically said that she's going to be basically watching over the house and stuff, and this that which he really didn't give her a purpose. He just wanted to see if he can create life, and he kind of did, and now he knows that he can do it in higher extent. Now, so yeah, she I guess she can become a cleaning person. But anyways, let's continue. This is where we're gonna go with, I guess. Actually, no, not go with the teams yet. I guess, yeah. Actually, not yet. Not yet. This is where Naruto, I guess the next day is pretty much you could say at the university, and they haven't really did the teams yet. But Naruto's looking around and stuff, and he sees Ino, or no, you can pretty much say she uh yeah, he sees Ino, and Ino is pretty much talking and pretty much fighting with Sakura about Sasuke and stuff. This is where Naruto sees another girl, and it's Tenten. Now Naruto pretty much goes over to Tenten, and they begin to talk to each other and stuff, and about ninjutsus and all that crap. You could say all that stuff. This is where Naruto asks Tenten to come over to his house, which Tenten will luckily agree. Now this is a 18SS part, so I wouldn't really like tune into this, but pretty much just where Naruto is basically making out with Tenten and stuff, and basically plowing her and stuff, hitting her from the back and front and stuff. Now keep in mind this Naruto is a little bit crazy, but he also wants to, you could say, make children, because he's a crazy person who wants to baby up people. Well, he's not crazy, but he's kind of as the heartless person, but he does, you could say, like 1% care. Just don't fuck with him, you could say. Um. Anyways, after he's done plowing, you could say done doing 1010. He's laying with 1010, his room and stuff, and he begins to you could say, gets dressed and leave 1010 in the bed while she's sleeping. He pretty much makes her breakfast and stuff, and begins to put her on the bed and leaves her a note while he goes out and basically, I guess, get some stuff for his laboratory, which he goes. Now, now we're gonna get to the teams and stuff. Now this is where Naruto is the next day peering in the thing and pretty much sitting down waiting for the teacher to say what teams they have and stuff. Now Naruto, now Team Seven will be the same. Well, no, it's kind of gonna be different because Naruto is not the bottom; he's up top of the grade. So I'll say Kiba will be dead at last. So I guess to even it out, it would be like Team Seven would be like I mean, I guess for them to even it out, I guess the Team Seven would be Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba. While I guess the other team will be, I guess the teams will be switched with I guess Naruto will be on the team with, what team was he on? What team was they on? What team was Kiba on? Oh yeah, Bug Dude Hinata. Okay, yeah. So basically, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. But pretty much this is where the teams will be switched. So Kiba will be on Team Seven, and Naruto will be on team. I forgot the team name. Was it like Team Three or something? I forgot the number, but that team with Hinata and Sasa, Sasu, or I'll just say Bug Dude. Bug Dude. Pretty much, yeah, Naruto's on that team. Now, Naruto is pretty much, waiting for the instructor, and I think the instructor was the female, not Asuma. It wasn't Asuma. It was the female. Now this female pretty much appears and sees that, sees Naruto and all that stuff. Now Naruto, of course, doesn't, basically, chilling and stuff. And this is where she basically, meets them and they talk about their own dreams and stuff. Naruto, well, Hinata's is the same dream, just to be a strong Kanoshi, to protect someone she loves, which she's smiling and blushing and looking at Naruto, which Naruto knows is him, because he can read off emotions. And Naruto, his is a little bit different. He gets up and he says, my dreams, I really don't have dreams. I really don't care about dreams. Me, I just want to have fun and do whatever I want. And no one can stop me. Which he sits back down smiling, which the teacher's like, okay. But what he really means is like, I'm basing him a god. You can't do nothing to me. I do what I want. I F who I want. If I want to make a lot of children, I'm going to make a lot of children. If I don't want to make a lot of children, I don't want to make a lot of children. If I want to do this, I can do that. He's basically saying he can do whatever he wants. He's the Omni King because he knows. Which, this is where, let's see. This is where, yeah, she says, all right. Now, this is where they're doing, like, I guess, capture the flag, or, yeah, capture the flag. Now, she's basically explaining that she's going to be protecting the flag and stuff, and they have to capture the flag to basically pass. Now, Naruto is, they all agree and stuff, and Hinata basically is getting to a ready stance, which, this is where Naruto's basically saying, all right, I pretty much is reading this book right now, Hinata. Do me a favor, you too. Go get the flag for me. Which he says, oh wait. And he pretty much kisses Hinata on the lips, giving her a power boost. And also tapping the bug dude in the head, pretty much giving him a power boost. Now, this is where Hinata basically is blushing and saying, what did he do? Which pretty much, Naruto off the bat gave Hinata the Tetsugon, so yeah, she can do the cloak and stuff. Basically, just making her broken off the start, and basically, giving the bug dude, I guess, giving the bug dude like an extra boost, as now he can use any bug as his disposal, like ladybugs, big bugs, like any bug as his disposal, and he can poison anyone. Like, he basically unlocked the potential for the bug dude and what he can be and what he could have been. And he basically gave Hinata that gift too, what she could have been and what she could have been. So she has a lot of, you could say, powers that's sealed. That she has to unlock. Now this is where she looks in, the bug dude looks in. Naruto basically is sitting down saying, y'all can go do that. Y'all can go get that flag for me. Just consider it as a gift from me to y'all, which they begin to, go get the flag, which it's much easier because they don't have a lot of chakra running out, and Hinata is, understanding the powers much quicker because Naruto did that, unlock full potential of their brain. So, yeah, it's pretty much easy. It's much easier. Now, of course, after the whole, this and that, they all pass. Naruto was not about to pass until Hinata explained to the teacher that Naruto gave him that boost to do it. So, yeah, he passed still. Now, they begin to do missions and stuff. Not low missions, a little bit high missions and stuff. This is where we're going to go with the whole bridge builder act. And this is where Kakashi calls for extra backup. Now, of course, this is where Naruto is part of that backup team, and they start going to the bridge builder part. Now, this is where as Naruto's going and stuff with Kakashi and them. This is where Zabuza does the same thing, and that's canon. Except Naruto grabs the blade and pretty much slams it down. Now, of course, Zabuza appears on a tree and saying that he has a quite drawn grip, which Naruto's saying, yeah, you're not bad yourself. Which Hinata is about to get into a fighting stance. This is where Naruto, appears in front of Zabuza and says, and pretty much, will touch Zabuza. Now, as he touches Zabuza, he pretty much knows everything about Zabuza, that he was on the 177 Swordsmen and how they all died and stuff, and realize he seems like Zabuza's thing and for his ambitions and what his goals is. And he pretty much says, huh, so that's what you are. And he pretty much, Zabuza's backing up, getting into a right, grabs the sword, pretty much getting into a fight since to fight Naruto. Naruto pretty much is not afraid of Zabuza, begins to walk in, begins to tap Zabuza. Well, begins to, snap his finger right at Zabuza. Now, Zabuza, he's disappearing. He's like, Thanos snapping. He's disappearing. And everybody's in, like, sees Naruto just making him disappear. Now, Zabuza is, disappearing, don't know what the hell's going on. And he pretty much disappears. Now, Haku, she's enraged. She's sad. She's in tears. And she begins to charge at Naruto to kill him. Naruto, pretty much, like I said, not face, begins to grab Haku and slams her to the tree. Which, as he slams her to a tree, he begins to see through the mask and see that it's a female. Now, this is where he says, huh, what's your name? Which she pretty much, is not saying anything, which Naruto is, having a little bit tight grease on her and saying, what's your name? Which she begins to, says her name. Her name is Haku, and she pretty much killed Zabuza, the one that, she vowed to die for and stuff, which Naruto thinks and says, okay, and brings him back right there. Now, Zabuza's looking around terrified and saying, what? How did I came back? Which, this is where Naruto looks at Haku and says, I'll let him live in exchange you come with me and be one of my brides, which Naruto was having a whole collection of a harem, you could say, which Haku agrees and sticks with Naruto. Now, Zabuza can't do anything after he just got erased, and he knows that if he's trying to do something, Naruto can just erase them out and bring him back again, or probably make him something else. Now, this is where Naruto, after seeing the Seven Swordsmen, well, seeing their future and stuff, he pretty much snaps his finger and brings back all the Seven Swordsmen. Now, these Seven Swordsmen are a little bit different, as they're the same Seven Swordsmen, but half of them that was male is now female, and Naruto pretty much tells them, no, he pretty much brings back the swordsmen, and they're all the same, no female or like male gender swap, but pretty much Zabuza is shocked that some swordsmen are back, including Kisame, which this is where uh Kisame is looking in confusion. I was saying, where the hell is he? Which he's wearing a Akatsuki. Well, did he ever join the Akatsuki yet? Might as well would just say he's pretty much confused and well, yeah, no, yeah, he's pretty much confused and trying to figure out where the hell he's at. Which Naruto says, "Oh, wait," and he snaps his hand again, pretty much teleporting Kisame back. Which Kisame is looking around saying, "What the?" Which Naruto says, I come back for him later." Which this is where Zabuza is saying, "Okay, you brought back the Seven Swordsmen, almost." Which Zabuza knows that Naruto is a bigger threat than he thought. Now, this is when the Seven Swordsmen kneel and says, "Yes, Lord Naruto." Which Naruto says, "Oh, please don't call me that, guys." Which the rest of the team, including his team, is like shocked. And then Naruto says, "Well, we might as well keep going then," and they continue going. Which Zabuza is like pretty much kind of there too, which Naruto brought Zabuza there too, just to show him how much of a god he is. Now, after they're at the place, Naruto really doesn't need to learn Tree Walk or Water Walk because he already knows that. But everybody else does it, and they all get it with ease, a couple of seconds with ease and stuff. Now, Kakashi is a little bit, dumbfounded because the Seven Swordsmen that died, half of them died, or KIS is back alive again. That Naruto brought back, and they're fully primed and stuff. Now this is where this is where Naruto is pretty much with Haku, pretty much, well, at a private place with Haku, pretty much eating food with Haku and pretty much telling her to have some food with her, have some food with him. Which Haku is disagreeing, which Naruto smiles and says, "Come on, just have a bite. I promise you it tastes good." Which she's blushing and she takes a bite. Now, this is where they create a good, you could say, nice bond with each other after the whole snapping and stuff. And Haku grows a liking to Naruto because Naruto's charm and he got that. So yeah. we're gonna say everything happens in canon, but Naruto is late because he's basically unlocking his past self, all his past lives and stuff that he lived, and also reincarnation of his selves. This is where he unlocked all the reincarnation memories and stuff of himself, and he realized that he was a son of Indra, and he begins to make the sun appear in front of his hand, which he also knows that now Sasuke is a reincarnation of Ashura, and you could say they're somehow brothers. Now, Naruto goes up to Sasuke and pretty much taps his hand, pretty much giving him the moon mark. So, and basically giving Sasuke the half Rinnegan, or you could say that Rinnegan eyes in canon. Which I know what y'all thinking. Keyshawn Uchiha, you are just breaking the plot line right now. You're just giving people power ups that they're supposed to have later on. It is you're just cluster fucking it. Listen, it's all part of the plot. It just works, all right. It just works. It works by my hand, all right. But anyways, let's continue. Pretty much after that, Sasuke realized he feels a whole power difference. Realized that you know he feels much stronger, much powerful, and he begins. This is where Naruto, brings out a mirror, tells him that he looks like he has a new, eye. Which Sasuke realized that he has a Rinnegan or something of a Rinnegan. Well, he doesn't know what it is because his memories haven't kicked back yet. But this is where all the memories are kicking back, and he sees himself as the reincarnation of Madara and how all the events happen and what really happened. And he begins to fall and says, "What are those memories?" Which Naruto says, "Oh, those are your past memories." And apparently so were brothers, which Sasuke is saying, "Yeah, I guess we are," and begins to smile. Now, this is where Sasuke understands that he's kind of doing the same thing of going to the path of hatred a little bit, and he begins to stop himself and kind of rethink what to do because now he has the power to pretty much kill Itachi, but now he's thinking of what he should do. Should he like capture Itachi or he's just confused? But anyways, let's continue. This is where we're just gonna go with the bridge part, and pretty much, nothing really happens. Everything is a little bit different as the henchmen come in, and the guy has a little bit more different guys. But this the seven swordsmen they pretty much came in and just fucked everything up and killed them. Yeah, so it's been just named the legendary seven swordsmen bridge or the Great Naruto Bridge, just for plot. Now, after that, the legend seminary swordsman comes in the Leaf Village. Pretty much, Naruto lets his father know that they they will be under his wing, and he pretty much brought them back. Which Minato is shocked, and he says, "All right, they're under your supervision, but anything happens, it's all your fault. It's all gonna be on your hands." Which Naruto agrees, and the legendary seven swordsmen, will be in the Leaf Village. Now, the Leaf Village will have the legendary seven swordsmen that everybody heard about. And of course, Abuza and Haku will be there too. Now, I guess, how far are we? Only at like 50 minutes? Alright. We gotta get this in an hour long. So, this is where, I guess, we have a couple of days of break. So, I guess we can talk about what Naruto will basically be doing in the village while we're waiting for the Chunin exams. Um, let's see. Naruto will basically just be, I guess, in his lab, basically experimenting and stuff. We're gonna say he's also been with Donzo. Well, the Donzo really, how can I say this? It's gonna kind of be like that Ultimate Universe episode where Naruto never lost his parents and Sasuke never lost his parents and that whole path and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of gonna be like the influence of the all that stuff. But Donzo is basically influenced Sasuke and stuff. Uh, kind of being a tiny bit like aiming his sights on Sasuke since Itachi's not here, and he's basically going to use Sasuke as the manipulation. You could say Danzo's doing that. Now, Sasuke, is a little bit envious of Naruto, but not as jealous or anything. Just a little bit envious. But he begins to start his training with Shisui and his father. Well, with Shisui to basically get training in to understand his new abilities and try to get stronger to defeat Itachi. Now, this is where I guess we start with switch back to Naruto, and Naruto is basically just with Who he's with? I'll say he's with who's in the, who else is in the compound? I mean, who else is in the hmm? I'll say he's with a Uchiha female girl, and no, yeah, Naruto is actually in his house right now, pretty much plowing another girl, and that girl will be Sakura Haruno. Actually, no, Ino. Yeah, yeah. Naruto is pretty much plowing Ino right now. Pretty much, having sex with her, plowing her, sucking milk out her titties and stuff, just hitting her from the back and everything. After he's done doing with he pretty much give a kiss on the head, and he loves all his women equally. It doesn't matter if you're like an angel, he will love you all equally. Yeah, equally. Which he's pretty much in the bed with. Oh yeah, he's pretty much in the bed with Hinata and Ino, and they're in the bed with him now. After he like gets up and gets dressed and stuff, he begins to go back in his laboratory. He begins to start doing his experiments and stuff. Now he pretty much knows that he has Senju DNA, so he's using his Senju DNA and stuff because he can separate the. We're gonna say he can separate the particles, what makes you Omni God and stuff, and he begins to starts experimenting. Now this is where he recreates the first and second Hokage. Well, yeah, this is where he starts recreating the first and second Hokage as females. And I know what y'all thinking. Oh, this is about to be an 18SS part right here. Well, yes, you're pretty much right. It is going to be an 18SS part. I'm going to add the most, a lot of sex scenes in this. And a lot of overkill scenes and shit. Because might as well. And whoever gave me this idea, this is your doing. But let me stop playing. Let me continue. Pretty much, yeah, Naruto recreates the first Hokage and also creates the second Hokage, Tomirana. Yeah, and also creates Madara. Well, yeah, female clone of Madara. So it's not the same as Madara, but it's a female clone of Madara. Naruto begins, creates them, and he, after done creating them, they be pretty much, look around and stuff, and they don't have none of the memories of the first or second Hokage because they're clones, they're different. But pretty much Naruto is basically saying, okay, he can create life forms now. Now, of course, this is where Madara, she's looking around and stuff, and she has, the Mangekyo Sharingan active, and she's looking around and stuff. She looks at, you could say, uh, the clone with the white hair, Tomirama, and they begin to instantly not like each other. It's just like you could say a hinge. They don't like each other. Get what I'm saying? But pretty much, Naruto tells him to calm down and stuff, and Madara, she looks at the creator and she begins to, make her move on him and begins to kiss him. Now, Orochimaru, or you could say the clone of Orochimaru, gets shocked and she runs in and kisses him too, which Tomiraba, the second Hokage clone, female clone, goes in and kisses him too. Now, this is where Naruto thinks about the orgy that he read and he says, might as well try out the orgy if he's good at it. And he pretty much does like a foursome, if I'm correct. And he's like, he creates other clones for the foursome. Well, actually, other selves of him. So it's not really clones, but you could say. And he's plowing, hitting it from the back. Sometimes double team, laying them on top of another one and hitting it. But yeah, and Angel had a piece of that too because Naruto, he ain't judging. He does all of them, all at once if he wanted to. He has the infinite stamina. But after that, Naruto pretty much lays his clones. Well, pretty much has like beds in the laboratory and has his clones to lay down. Now we're gonna say the next day, and this is gonna be like the Chunin Exams. This is where the girl, or I forgot Asuma's wife, I forgot her name, pretty much wants Hinata, Shindo, or I forgot his name, Shindo, right, if I'm correct, and Naruto to basically go in there because she knows that they can pretty much pass that with ease. Now everything happens the same. Well, yeah, everything happens the same, but this is where, yeah, everything all happens the same. Rock Lee beats Sasuke ass in front of everybody. Naruto, he doesn't jump in because he doesn't really care. Um, But Rock Lee can sense the power from Naruto and challenge Naruto. Naruto's beat Rock Lee. Rock Lee's about to go to the gates. My guy smacks him, and everything goes the same. Cheating test. Naruto pretty much touches paper, knows everything. Pretty much just does it and help his friends out, and they pass. Now the Forts of Death work. Now everything goes a little bit different. This is where we're gonna say Naruto was basically going until he heard Sakura scream, and Naruto is a good friend to Sakura and let her live at the house. He pretty much runs in and runs in. Yeah, this is where Naruto teleports in and pretty much kicks Orochimaru away from Sakura because we're gonna say Orochimaru was going for the kill for Sakura. Now Sasuke, of course, is traumatized in fear because they're both in traumatized in fear what Orochimaru did. Oh, and Kiba. This is where Naruto, bots Orochimaru in the face, sending him flying. This is where Orochimaru comes back, saying, "While that punch has she quite hurt," which Naruto says, "Hmm, who are you? I want to know who are you." Which Orochimaru explains his name, which Naruto immediately, you know, hears the name of Orochimaru, which Minato talks about Orochimaru and how he's like a traitor to the Leaf and how he, is obsessed with immortality and research. Which this is where Naruto thinks of a plan. Now, since Sasuke is hurt, Sasuke is hurt, and also like, yeah, Sasuke's hurt, and not hurt. Sasuke's pretty much a little bit hurt, and he begins to. We're gonna say Sasuke gets a little bit mad, and he gets into a serious state and begins to fight with Orochimaru because we're gonna say he starts using the power. Well, actually no. Yeah, Sasuke wouldn't be traumatized. He would actually be fighting Orochimaru, but we're going to say Orochimaru is a little bit key edge, and Naruto's not taking Orochimaru serious because Orochimaru is fighting with Naruto and Sasuke right now, and Orochimaru is trying to hit Naruto with attacks, but Naruto is just dodging because he has his Ultra Instinct activated, or you could say Master Ultra Instinct, and he's pretty much dodging Orochimaru, which Orochimaru knows that he can't touch Naruto, and Sasuke is just using a orthodox, not orthodox Dory. He doesn't know that yet. He doesn't use the combination yet, but he basically is shooting fireballs at him, and also shooting like burning fireball, like infernal fireballs at him. So Orochimaru makes the rational decision, and he basically gets himself cornered. But while Naruto's about to finish him off, Orochimaru goes for the neck bite and bites Sasuke in the neck, pretty much knocking out Sasuke. Which Naruto runs to Sasuke to see if he's alright, and Orochimaru pretty much dips out. Now after that whole dipping out inclusion, Naruto pretty much knows where Orochimaru's at, and he's going to get him when he's going to. But he pretty much takes Sasuke and just hurry up and get the rest of the team and his team out of there. Now, after they get out of there, this is where Naruto is pretty much at the final part of the exams, and everything goes the same. Neji trying to fight with Hinata. Hinata will pretty much beat the shit out of Neji because she has the Tetsugan, and that's that newfound power. Um, yeah, everything else goes the same. Um, except for the fight between Naruto and Kiba. You see, Kiba knows what Naruto's capable of, and he's a little bit afraid to fight Naruto, but he sees Sakura, pretty much. No, he sees Hinata pretty much cheering on Naruto, and he gets a little bit pissed off, so he charges at Naruto, and he still lost. Yeah. And just to add to salt to the room, Naruto created his own animal, and it was pretty much a cat. And the cat does the same thing like the dog. And yeah, Naruto just beat him with the cat. So yeah. Um yeah, after that everything else is, about much the same. But when Gaara looks up at Naruto, he pretty much looks at Naruto with a murderous look, like I'm going to murder you because I know what you did last summer, Naruto. Kind of way. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where we're going to get with the
2 months skip. I mean 2 months training, and Sasuke goes with training with Kakashi, while Naruto he basically just do whatever. This is where Minato gets a call from Jiraiya, basically saying that he wants to train Naruto. Minato lets in the word that Jiraiya wants to train him, and Naruto, agrees and meets Jiraiya, realizing that Jiraiya, reads make out books, and he says, "Oh." And they pretty much hit it off with a good bond and stuff. And Jiraiya says, "Are you ready for your training?" Which Naruto says, "Yeah." Now this is part one of what if Naruto was the Omni King. If you like, leave a like, do all that, comment. Let's get this up to like 30 likes, and I will do an automatic part two later on tonight or something like that. But I'm Keyshawn Chia. Thanks for watching, and yeah, peace out.
It looks like you lost another one.